So why did he need a black director? Could a white director not have?
It's not color,
work?
it's culture.
152 movie titles, 27 billion in box office, more than any other actor. Samuel L. Jackson, where are you? Oh!
Once again, Hollywood is facing turmoil as further alleged revelations have emerged, reportedly divulged by Denzel Washington. Yet these revelations hold a distinct significance. Denzel has purportedly taken the step to unveil Hollywood's underlying motives concerning individuals of African descent within the realm of actors and artists. The precise content of Denzel's statements begs the question, what exactly did he articulate? In a recent conversation with The Hollywood Reporter, Denzel Washington's words reverberated profoundly throughout the echelons of Hollywood's esteemed circle. Bravely and candidly, the renowned actor delved into the enigmatic veils enshrouding the film industry, laying bare the questionable transactions and captivating yet scandalous actions of its most influential personas. Let's spill everything in today's video. But of course, before I say more, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now, let's dive in.
You know, people say, oh, the difficulty of making a movie. I'm like, send your son to Iraq. That's difficult. It's just a movie. It's like
It is with a hot comb hits your hair on a Sunday morning, what it smells like. That's a cultural difference, not just a...
In a revealing account that left listeners astonished, Denzel Washington held nothing back as he openly criticized the conceited demeanor of Hollywood's upper echelon, highlighting their repugnant arrogance and their audacious belief in being society's moral compass. He drew a parallel between their inflated self-importance and the illusions of royalty, as they conducted themselves like quasi-deities. While they mingle behind closed doors among ordinary individuals, these privileged celebrities strut about opulent multi-million-dollar residences, utterly detached from the genuine challenges faced by everyday people. It's akin to an unwinding of tensions. Hollywood finds itself once again in a state of upheaval as Denzel Washington candidly disclosed the underlying agendas concerning actors with African heritage. Recently, Denzel Washington engaged in an illuminating conversation with The Hollywood Reporter, a discussion that has stirred considerable unease within the echelons of the entertainment industry. Renowned for his unyielding resolve, Denzel Washington chose a different avenue than figures like Mel Gibson, opting to unveil a distinct facet of Hollywood's workings. In this remarkable interview, the venerable actor chose to unveil some well-guarded truths, shedding light on the murky undertakings of the film industry. His revelations have ignited fervent discussions across social media platforms, unveiling a trove of information that has sent ripples throughout Hollywood's corridors of power.
Culture. We live in America, and in America we have the freedom to express ourselves. We shouldn't take that.
With unwavering candor, Denzel Washington delved into the realm of the Hollywood elite, unveiling their sense of hubris and their perceived role as society's moral compass. In a striking analogy, he likened their inflated self-importance to the grandiosity of royalty, a vulgarity that distances them from the realms of commonality. His insights cut deeper, portraying these luminaries as demigods amongst mere mortals, deprived of genuine influence. These big movie stars living in fancy, very expensive houses don't really understand the everyday problems regular people have. Denzel also said that these famous actors don't realize the difficulties that new and young talents face when they try to become part of the movie world. In the tough and competitive world of Hollywood, Denzel Washington stands out as a role model of being honest and friendly. He has been a part of the entertainment industry for many years, and people admire him for his great acting and for making a positive impact on society. Denzel knows about the challenges that black artists go through, and he's determined to help and encourage other creative people. His journey shows how important it is to be real and have good friendships, especially in an industry that often focuses too much on surface-level attractiveness. Notably, Denzel pointed out that these distinguished figures also remain blissfully ignorant of the trials encountered by aspiring actors striving to establish themselves within the industry.
So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to...
A case in point is none other than the illustrious Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel emerged from humble beginnings, intimately familiar with the challenges of growing up in racially segregated America.
A lot of lessons that, most people don't have to learn today or shouldn't have to learn, but I learned how to, conduct myself around.
The tough competition in the industry and his own problems led him into a dangerous fight with drugs. The entertainment world's darker side and society's pressures were very hard on him. As he became more famous, he faced strong temptations that caused a serious struggle with addiction. Talking openly with Jennifer Hudson, Jackson shared the surprising truth about his difficult past, which was quite different from what his wife remembered. He explained how his wife's memories were clearer than his own because of his troubled times.
He was, avoiding COVID, whatever, and covering up for us fighting on the red.
His success today is thanks to his wife's constant love and strong support. Even during tough times in their long marriage, she stood by him while he fought his addiction. Samuel L. Jackson openly talked about his problems, describing times when his dedicated wife saw him using drugs. He's grateful for the years she spent helping him get better and praised her for not leaving him, even though she could have. Their daughter, Zoe Jackson, also played a big part in his journey to get clean, showing their strong family bond. Everything changed in 1991 when Jackson went to rehab, proving his determination to overcome the challenges of Hollywood. Denzel Washington, hailing from Mount Vernon, New York, has established himself as a commanding presence in the industry. His enduring friendship with Samuel L. Jackson goes beyond on-screen collaborations. Washington recognized the obstacles facing black artists in Hollywood and embraced the role of a champion, offering guidance and unwavering support. In an industry known for its competitiveness, Washington's integrity and camaraderie shine bright, serving as an exemplar for others.
Not just the greatest of all time, but of any time. It is now my great honor and pleasure to present my friend, Samuel L. Jackson.
They worked together in many movies, showing their great acting skills and their dedication to telling important stories, especially ones that mattered to black audiences. However, even though Samuel L. Jackson was successful in the industry, he faced challenges too. He remembered a disturbing incident while filming Pulp Fiction. He talks about a time when he and his friends were surrounded by police cars and guns pointed at them after performing at an old theater. Why? Because someone wrongly thought 5 black men with weapons were gathering on a street corner. This happened at the height of his career and showed that discrimination still exists, even when you're famous and successful.
And they didn't. We can blame the system if we want, but they didn't lock any of us up.
Jackson was on the verge of a big breakthrough in Hollywood, but he got caught up in racial profiling. This problem affects black people in many areas, and it hit him hard. This experience made him realize that even in glamorous Hollywood, people still saw him primarily as a black man. It was a sad reminder that he needed to be careful and watchful, even when he was successful. This incident showed how unfair and biased things can be for black people trying to achieve their goals. Jackson's own story is not unusual. It represents a bigger issue that affects not only the entertainment world, but society as a whole. Hollywood has a history of racism, often casting black actors in limited roles and not giving them enough screen time. Even though there have been some improvements, the industry still struggles with being fair and equal. Well-known figures like Monique have faced similar challenges, highlighting how this problem continues to exist. When Monique was on The Breakfast Club, she openly talked about her dealings with Netflix. She shared details about several problems that came up even before they made an offer to her. One important thing she pointed out was that Netflix people had come to watch her live shows and praised her acting. But when they started talking about a deal, they avoided giving her the offer she asked for.
More important to make headway in our own house. By the time the system comes into play today.
In her talk about Netflix talks, Monique suspected gender and racial bias. She was puzzled by how her achievements were being seen compared to others. She mentioned her successful projects like Almost Christmas, Bessie, and Precious, and said she should be treated fairly because of her comedy fame. Monique also talked about the issues on other sets, admitting disagreements with some people. A fan even called during the interview, telling a story from filming Almost Christmas. The fan's story showed Monique's strong support for the director's creative process. On The Breakfast Club, Monique openly shared the challenges she faced in the entertainment industry. She's determined to fight bias, seek fairness, and protect the artistic value of her work. Dave Chappelle is another important person who has openly talked about discrimination against black artists. He had honest conversations about the difficulties black entertainers face, and this has resonated with many people. In a much-anticipated interview, Chappelle gave insight into why he turned down a very large offer.
The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person.
During the interview, Chappelle talked about a significant moment while working on the movie Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence. He shared a story where many people involved in the movie wanted him to wear a dress for his role. Despite the pressure and the fact that other famous people had done it before, Chappelle firmly said no. This showed how much he cared about staying true to himself and his art. The revelations regarding such behind-the-scenes struggles have not gone unnoticed by Chappelle's devoted fan base. In fact, the response from fans has been overwhelmingly supportive, with many applauding Chappelle for shedding light on the industry's injustices. Denzel Washington, who also boldly speaks out against these systematic issues, has garnered widespread admiration for his refusal to partake in what he perceives as compromising or demeaning practices. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.